No business like live radio here in your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. I started babbling about, we have the most adorable gingerbread house in the window here that was given to us by Condé and Wood CPA, the chairs of the Festival of Trees. And it's the most adorable thing, and it's very distracting. And I got to talking about it. Next thing you know, who cares that we're on the radio? Here in the studio with me right now, we're going to interview today Sarah Rosencrantz, who is a multi-hyphenate. I love this. You can learn more about her at allisforgivenmovie.com. She's a multi-hyphenate in that she's a singer, songwriter, actress, director, and you never ask, it's not polite to ask a woman her age, but we're going to do that because she's also very young. Sarah Rosencrantz, welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's totally not polite to ask a woman her age unless you can pretty much tell she's under the age of 30. You are a very young singer, songwriter, actress, director. May I ask you how old you are?
I am 26.
You're 26. How long have you been at this many games, many hats?
I started acting when I was very young, probably about 5 years old, in school productions. I also studied dance when I was younger. And then a few years passed and I picked up the guitar, piano, started writing.
So creativity is in your veins.
Absolutely.
There's not enough room to contain it all.
Nope.
You should be about 4 feet taller.
Yeah.
And were you surrounded by this? Were you steeped in this environment? How did this come about for you?
I went to art schools, and my parents, I think, saw at a very young age that I was creative. Mm-hmm. And they put me in magnet charter schools where we did a lot of our own projects. And often when we get a project from school, the teachers would say, you can, explore it in any way you want. So I would always put on skits with my friends about whatever we were learning in school.
I'm so glad you chose that as a medium as opposed to meat, sculpture or some such thing. Yeah. So singing, songwriting is one of those, I often joke here on the air, we play a lot of Taylor Swift and we play a lot of songwriters who sing about really very personal things. And I am of the belief that any young person, you should either journal your pain or your frustration or write a song and buy your mom a house one day with the mortgage payment that you're going to get from the record company. When you write your songs, and you're going to play for us here in a minute, where does it come from? What's your source? What's the well you draw from to write your songs?
I think it is journaling. It's a way for me to express myself, and usually I'll write lyrics first, or that's what I've been doing, and oftentimes they're poems, mm-hmm. and then I find something that works on the guitar to what I've written. What was the first song you ever wrote? Do you remember how old you were? What was the first song I ever wrote? The first song that I said, this is a song, yes. Okay. Probably when I was 12.
You went through the experimental phase at 8, where you said, okay, this is not song yet, but at 12, there was something that was crafted.
Yeah, I wrote a song for maybe I was 13, for my 8th grade graduation, and I played.
For everyone?
Yeah.
You shared that.
I just remembered that.
Okay, there are a lot of people who will write in a journal and never let anyone read it. And there are people who write songs that they sing for no one. Was that just your background in having all that? It just felt natural to get up in front of a group of people? That's for a lot of people the scariest thing ever.
Absolutely.
And that's the worst age ever.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how much money you have, where you go to school. Junior high, man, is tough. And you got up and exposed yourself, something very personal, to give to the world.
Yeah.
How did that feel?
It felt great. I was super nervous,
Were you?
But it was really wonderful. I was so close to everybody in my class. And
yeah.
A lot of love.
Now, you're going to play something for us today, but I want to ask a little bit about allisforgivenmovie.com is the website. What is All Is Forgiven? Tell me a little bit about this project.
All Is Forgiven is a passion project I started writing about 2 years ago, and it's about a girl who is a poet, and she's going through a time of pain and loss, and she rediscovers herself through poetry, imagery, and letting go, and she meets somebody and falls in love.
Aww, so that's a good story right there. Boy meets girl, has rough time and all worked out in the end, I suppose, or however it ends. Don't no spoiler alerts.
I won't tell you.
All right, so what are you going to play for us today?
I'm going to play a song called Wind. And then if we have time, I have another one too called Somewhere in the Middle.
All right. So Wind, has it ever been performed on the radio?
No, it's been performed on a podcast.
Okay, George Cummings, my usual co-host, my partner in crime here, he usually will say this is the world premiere, and we love that. We love when you come to us with world premieres, so please keep us in mind. I'll give you a card before you leave.
Sure.
So here we are. Here's Sarah Rosencrantz with her song Win, the world premiere, here on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.
Staring at the sky, I'm taking time. On the road behind me, remnants of the past, what lies in front of me. I'll let it be. I'm breathing in, smiling in the dark. Trust is patience. Calm mind, calm heart. Slow down, look around. What do you see? Smell a rose and watch it bloom. Petals open, my heart's unfolding into you.
Wind here on AM 1220 KHTS, your hometown station. Sarah Rosencrantz. Okay, very beautiful.
Thank you.
And this is from All Is Forgiven. And if you'd like to learn more, pop over to allisforgivenmovie.com. Now, you have on your website everything you would ever want to know about your film, and you wrote this. This is your passion project, as you say. You also have stills from the film. You have an opportunity for people to become your partners in this project. Tell me a little bit about this.
We've done a few different campaigns for All Is Forgiven. We did an Indiegogo and a Kickstarter to help raise money for the project, and we've had a lot of donors helping us along the way. And if people would like to donate something or help us, right now we're going to be going into the film festival stage of the project. So that's something that we need help with. Submission fees sometimes are expensive.
Now, yes, they are. Anytime, you apply to college, it's expensive. You give any contest, anytime this is something you're putting out into the world. Which festivals are you hoping to enter? Do you have a list of
we do have
a dream
list. Oh my goodness, yeah. There are a few right now that we're looking into. Some are, I think we're going to go into like the small sort of underground festivals, but there are some overseas that I would love to get into, and yeah.
This is very. It's a very You know, I love that in addition to being singer-songwriter, actress, director, you're businesswoman, and you understand that this is a tough, row to hoe, but the idea that you didn't just call it your it's not a hobby, it's your passion project, and it's something that you want to get out into the world. The message is it's a couple of people, poets, artistic people that fall in love. If you had, without the spoiler alert, of course, if you had a takeaway from the film, what would be your elevator pitch? What would you say to someone who you're, the most important person in the film industry, you're walking into an elevator with them, you get to ride up 2 floors, it's not very long. What's your pitch? What are you telling them? What's the takeaway from your movie? And why should someone else have the same passion for your project? Is there a short phrase you could give us?
Sure. I think for me, the project explores the ideas of letting go and letting your feelings and who you are be.
Because sometimes we're afraid, right? We put on a mask and we think we have to be this person for that person, or we have to be this way for that job, or this way. And sometimes just the act of being you is enough. And it
totally
right. So let me set up the next song for me.
Sure.
Give me the title and tell me what we're going to hear.
Sure. This is Somewhere in the Middle.
Somewhere in the middle. So it's sort of like there's his story, her story, and somewhere in the middle is the truth.
Maybe. This song, it kind of for me deals with duality, and sort of like the struggle we all go through of being in the middle, not really saying yes or no, but also kind of being okay with that.
Walking that tightrope.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Here it is. Another world premiere, Somewhere in the Middle, by Sarah Rosencrantz.
Sleep, world, sleep. Let me be in the night. I find you waiting for me between 2 worlds. My ultimate demise. What feeds also destroys, obliged and disguised. Somewhere in the middle, I stand. What I can change, help me. Crazy, isn't it? Time is nothing more than everything. I toss and I turn, mess up the sheets. Summer months make me weak, and the rain takes the leaves. Somewhere in the middle, I stand. What I can change, help me. Silent understanding, redeeming belief. Stir my heart and fill my memories on this leave of absence from my body and my mind. Break from all of these traditions in my mind's eye burning bright. The train of my existence burned and broken on the tracks. The fog rolls in as a blanket. I am wandering, not lost. Somewhere in the middle, I stand. What I can change, help me. So world, close your eyes and I will open mine.
Sarah Rosencrantz here on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. Somewhere in the middle, you can find her music. You can learn more about her at allisforgivenmovie.com. What would be beyond this now? This is, you've created your passion project. You're very young. You are this fabulous multi-hyphenate, singer, songwriter, actress, director. What's your dream project after this now? Or if not after this, because we all know it's a matter of putting bricks, stacking them up to create the building. If you had your dream project, if everything you do comes to fruition at some point, what for you is your dream project?
That's a great question. Everything.
Yeah.
I would love to do, everything. I want to start working with some people that I really admire and look up to, though. So sort of taking that next step.
And the idea that you've created something that is for other people to realize that it's okay to just be. Let go, just be who you are. I love your message. When it comes to giving back, if you had that project, that next great message, what would your next message be? Do you think you'd like to convey, is either via movie or songwriting, what would be the next big thing that just is hammering at the door in your heart that
Right now, I think acceptance and being okay with what is.
That's very good. So let me ask you, do you have siblings?
I have an older brother.
Do you just drive them crazy? Like, okay, we're not going to sit down and watch reality TV. We're going to talk about the world. We're going to talk about reality. Do you have that influence in your family, or is everybody like that?
My brother's a monk.
Oh, so he's not the guy watching reality
No.
TV. So deep thoughts run in your family.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Wow.
Definitely.
Can I ask what mom and dad do?
Sure. My mom is a life coach and a therapist.
Ah.
And my dad works with nonprofits right now. He lives in Nepal, and he's helping communities there.
Wow,
So-
you are delightful, and I hope that your message and your brothers and your parents, my gosh, that far-reaching ripples in the world, what you're all going to be doing. I can't imagine what it must be like around your Thanksgiving table. I sort of want to be invited. You know how people have the fantasy dinner party where they say, "Oh, I would invite Abraham Lincoln to come
Right.
to my." I don't even now want to do that. I want to come to your house because
You are more than welcome.
Thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome.
So now, in addition to the singer, songwriter, actress, director, and you've got all this creativity, you're truly bursting at the seams. Is there the unknown, like spelunking or some other craft you want to take up that you haven't done? Or are you saying to yourself, I need one more hyphenate?
Right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty good right now.
Yeah.
But
Keep
you know
you
what?
busy.
I just got a cookbook, Martha
Oh.
Stewart's baking book, in the mail for my grandma for Hanukkah.
Oh.
So I want to get better at baking. I really am not great.
All right. Well, I'm going to put a little pressure on you. The next time you come back to persuade us with your next passion project, there better be a tray cookies that comes with it.
Absolutely.
Do not come empty-handed
I
with a
will not.
guitar case. That's
Nope.
just not going to be enough for me. This is really remarkable. Now on top of what you do and the idea that your family are they're message makers. I love that. Is there other music in the family? Do you ever?
Yes, my aunt and uncle are musicians and filmmakers.
Oh, awesome.
And you can hear their music at www.brightbluegorilla.com.
Bright Blue Gorilla?
Yes,
I heard that right.
you definitely heard that right.
brightbluegorilla.com. See, now I'm going to have to turn to the computer. I almost feel like someone else should take over. Menji, you've brought us a number of guests in the past. How do you take a short moment here and tell me how you know Sarah?
Well, I have these two producer friends, another Sarah and Cameron. They're getting married this Saturday, and it's going to be awesome.
That's tomorrow.
That is tomorrow. Sarah in the studio here is catering it.
Oh, very nice.
Vegan wedding.
But you're not baking, though, because you just
Nope.
got the book.
I told them to get a cake.
Okay, get a cake. All right.
And they introduced me to Sarah here in the studio, and they said that she had this project that they still needed to do, like sound mixing and a lot of sound elements for, and that was All Is Forgiven. And I'm like, yeah, I'll check it out. It would be my second feature mixing. I still need to get more stuff under my belt.
You are one of my favorite human beings. Sarah, you need to know that Andrew Menjivar is one of my favorite human beings because in addition to just having a great work ethic, he's incredibly creative and giving. And I love that you bring, various talents into the studio here. So, Benjamin, thank you.
Oh,
Thank you very
you're
much.
welcome.
And happy wedding tomorrow, Miss Caterer, singer, songwriter, actress, director, Sarah Rosencrantz, allisforgiven.com. You're listening to the Friday Matinee. We will be back with a bit of a wrap up after we do this business here on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. AM 1220 KHTS, hometownstation.com. This is the Friday Matinee. I am T, and I am George-less today because our George is not feeling very good. And so we're sending out a good thought that he feels better, and as I say, did not infect the microphone because then next week it's going to be me who's out. That's how this works. Very, very fun opportunity for me today to talk to songwriters. Sarah Rosencrantz, who we heard from her songs Wind and Somewhere in the Middle, all from her movie, All Is Forgiven, and you can find that at allisforgivenmovie.com. And Terry Mayfield, who brought us his song Littlest Angel, which you can find at littlestangelofall.com. I love that story. I love what he created in the character of Littlest Angel of All. This is the Friday Matinee. We invite you to listen to us every Friday from noon to 1 as we bring as much talent as we can possibly fit in this room. And today, I think the song out will be Terry Mayfield's Littlest Angel of All here on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.